Yeah, okay, guys, this is where we got off the train in the Hauptbahnhof and got in a taxi on a rainy Hamburg night. We drove round the corner here, and the guy stopped here, and we thought, where's the club? He says, down there. Get all your stuff down, your baggage and your guitars and drums and everything. And here's the back door. And you go through there, you have a sausage, a bockwurst, and you have a beer, and then you start playing. So we started playing, and we didn't stop for months. So this is where it all started, in this place down here, the Kaiserkeller. Yes, it's a long time ago. It's like 43 years. Yesterday, of course, yesterday. Yeah, that's where it all started. It was hard work, very hard work, for very little money. We were like slaves. Yeah, very hard work. But we loved it because we wanted to get on the stage and play. Because in England there was no way we could play all night and get money. But here we could play all night and we got some money, a little money. And we slept in a hole with no air. Who needs air? We had beer, we had music, we had each other. Rock and roll. That's the same noise as the old days. You hear that? It's a little early. Oh yes. Thank you very much. The thing about the Kaiserkeller in those days was there was no air. There was no ventilation. So we were playing in this big cloud, a permanent cloud. Everybody smoked in those days. Everybody smoked. But this was a very rough place. You know, people getting kicked and hit and blood and fists, you know, and boom. I was on the stage playing and somebody was getting killed down here, and I closed myself up and just carried on playing. I didn't see anything. Rock and roll, man. But this was a violent place in those days, because all the kids, you know, from the wartime, like I'm a wartime child too. So the German wartime kids, they were no different. They had problems, psychological problems, and aggressive. Very aggressive. So we were, being musicians, it was easier to stay alive, you know, because if you play, people like you, because everybody likes music. Even the bad people like music. Even the gangsters, they like music. So we had everybody on our side. But I got a new nose too. I got hit too. Jealous guys, you know, because the girls liked us. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you are now standing in the Star Club. There is a stage over there. There's a wonderful group banging away, making a lot of noise, too loud, of course. And the people in the church are worried about the vibrations. And, well, this is the Star Club, but I'm afraid after all these years, this is the only thing left. A piece of granite from India, very wonderful granite stone. Yes, and here we have the very famous Gretel and Alphonse, which is the same as it was in the old days. Nothing has changed. It's just the way it was. And this is the pub where all the musicians used to come out of the Star Club. It was not far to go, so we came out of the Star Club and we went in here and we had a few beers and had a talk and talked about the music and blah blah, and came out again and went back in the Star Club and played again. So we were sort of going like this, you know, all night, this way, that way. But this is where we lived in the daytime when we weren't playing. So really we slept up there, we played there, and this is where we had our beer and also sometimes something to eat in here. And the boss is the same guy, Horst, he's still the same man. So nothing has changed. This is the only place which hasn't changed since 1960-62. Gretel and Alphonse. That's it. That's where John Lennon went to the toilet and didn't come out for half an hour. You know, everything was coming out and put it back in again. That was normal in those days. Yeah, in those days, of course, all we wanted to do was make a record. Any record. Just go in the studio and make a record. And we made a record. We made a single with the Beatles called My Bonnie. My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean. And I went next door to the music store, which is not there anymore, and I bought my own single, 5 marks. I paid 5 marks for my own single. And I came in here and I was looking at my single, you know, looking at it, feeling it. This is my first record. And it was My Bonnie. Very strange version. Because Bert Kempfert said, we got to play something that the Germans know. Because the kids learn at school, you know. My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. My Bonnie lies over the sea. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. Why don't you bring back my Bonnie to me? That was the introduction in A. Now we did a very innovative thing. We went into C. Rock and roll. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. My Bonnie lies over the sea. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. Why don't you bring back my Bonnie to me? Everybody was singing. Bring back. We were rocking and rolling and every night playing the same shit. And to me, hey, bring back, oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. And then this fantastic solo I used to do. How did it go? Etc. It went on and on. And the thing in those days was most of us played guitar. There were other instruments, but the guitar was the easiest to learn. And to play rock and roll, all you need is 3 chords and you can sing most songs, play most songs. But there were a few of us who wanted to do more than that, so we put some strange chords in and we played it differently every time. Any song we did, we played it differently. So this version of My Bonnie that you hear on the record with the Beatles was only one of 2 or 3 we did in the studio. The others have gone. They were lost. So we never did the same song twice. And that kept us from falling down from boredom. And in the afternoon, we'd sort of show each other some new things, you know. How do you do that? How do you play that? Little blues. We had a lot of blues thing going. It wasn't just rock and roll. It was blues, folk, ballads, everything. But really, we lived for the music. That's all we wanted to do. Just play and play and play. That's what we did. Play.